Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Hope your lunch was good. Turn to page 5 and we'll say these few short opening prayers. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. To page 7. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the supreme mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and moon. As a Buddha field I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fields. Whatever merit I've gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. And to page 16. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the 2 vehicles and their combination, according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings. Samche Namche Sampada che chon de mo de ba ye cho je ko lo ko du so oi dong ge do je ya je re son zhong shen je me do du je bong jong bo zhe je lung bo do ro ji wei ge xiao ji je bu xiao la ku chang ze zhe me wo zhe tu je jing wu ma de xie jing wo je dao wa dam je se ba gun jian chu je je nian mian de wu ren jian gu jiang ze wu mi chu je ying je po zhang de tu mu sang je gun jiang wo ni rang sum jiu gen wu song dong zhe bei zhe wei la mian xiao la ku jiang ze gong da zhou zhe dong gen ji dian de xie long ma jiu wa kan so da ting de dong bei chu jian qiao ren bei ba san bu ren dou wa dam jin de ye zhen nong mo er ya la ye ge dang le dang de ji ge chung da da mi ge nong nian zhou wa gun jie de ji jie zang ba tam ji ji de da ge zhu dian du. Good afternoon. So we are between here, so we like a bit short ceremony in the refuge. In that zo karsena nga zo namba sanje ke te song de ne ta go da nambe ki chu nyamlen che ya ti tene ta koncho som la jap sundo wa te cha de yo re nyamlen yang te cha de yo re la tene ta nambe ki chu che ya te yang tene te cha de yo re es.
So when we, in the context of Buddhist practice, the three jewels, they not sanje go tabore or koncho sum go tabore.
Oh, go. Namba sanje go tabore.
So taking refuge is really like the doorway to all Buddhist practice. So when we take the vows of refuge, it's like we officially become Buddhist practitioners.
Tene tiga nangi ta nga tso nyamlen chi zungdu nyamlen che ya de kare la vina tene ta sanje ki song xiawi chu te ji sun ju ba nyamlen tene ji ne ta nga tso jap sun do sen ri la yang den sa de la tene sanje xia ja to ba ti zong xiawi chu ju pung bo ji ti dong tene ti ki jin ju gendu ta tanda pa de ne de bi gendu de la tene jap strin do bu res.
And so when we take refuge, we're taking refuge in the three jewels. So the three jewels being the Buddha, who's like the example that we follow, and the teachings, the dharma that he taught, and the community of dharma practitioners. So the dharma consisting of the 84,000 categories of different of the Buddha's teachings, and then the sangha being the community of practitioners.
Tene da japsun rosa de koncho somche tene da ko tananga chu jamdo domba hyungya khangsa khorang gangone khargu yore syuina tene da nga ji nga zo da tekpa chimbu ki jamdo zungdu nye ke tene ji simjian tamchi ki tongja chimbu yungya ki ti chi tonga jambu domba hyugin sangu res.
And so from the three jewels as our object of refuge, there are the kind of different levels, that we can go for refuge, the different levels of motivation or intention. So the best possible intention is one that is based on Mahayana intention, or the intention of the great vehicle, where we're not just taking refuge with ourselves or our own liberation in mind, but we're taking refuge with the thought of wanting to be able to bring benefit to all sentient beings.
Tenta nga jamru domba shubi kabla nga da genyen la gore genyen sta chu chinye kha kita chupa ro la gro Pakshishuna teres tinda tela karsana nga zo genye ki domba tela na chik sumbi genye nanga he sumbi genye tene yongzo sumbi genye siores.
So when you take refuge, you also have this opportunity to take the vows of a lay practitioner. So that is coming together with the vows of refuge. So there are different types of vows that you can hold. Like you can take the lay practitioner vows of holding one vow, or a few of the vows, or all of the vows.
Precepts,
Or precepts. And you can choose, of these 5 vows, essentially, which vows it is that you will be kind of committing, or which precepts it is that you'll be committing to hold.
That in the Jitanga to the Jikarse to me Yaboji, so we are a Jamrudon by Hudu. The mother Jitanga to Jamrudon by Huey Gablata, or that Tindij Miss Hambojic. She is Tamjan Roger, this Lord did Huina.
But what this means is like, being even, okay, so we take specific precepts, but when you take refuge, you're also just generally making this commitment that you're going to really be the best person you can be, like be a good person.
That percept the last so joya, so jidu, so joya data, Tini, Masiak, Tamchatris.
So the first of these different precepts that you can choose from is to give up killing, or to avoid killing or taking the life of living beings. Oh, but specifically humans, so not too hard.
Yeah, otherwise it will be difficult.
Secondly is to not steal. Then to not lie. Yeah. Then there, to not engage in sexual misconduct. And then there's the branch vow, what is referred to as the branch vow, or the 5th vow, which is to give up intoxicants. So alcohol and other forms of mind-altering substances.
That in the Chikta Kantayanta, the Kalatana, the Taxicant, the Kitchenbure, the Chikta, Chiching, the 1 glass dona, the Gio de Sinayata, Chitsu Maimba, Chivina, the same thing out Nembone to Marwa, and then Lula Nova Samla Novres, Tendita tea, Nati Nalatine, Ranasundo Bade, Jake symptom and degree, Ni symptom that Chiransuran shows race.
And so also this one concerning intoxicants is a little bit flexible, because you can, for instance, you can take it in such a way that it doesn't mean like you completely abstain altogether. Like you can have maybe like a glass of wine. You can take it in such a way that you can have a glass of wine or drink in moderation, but there's a commitment to not drink to the point of inebriation, or to take intoxicants that cause you to become intoxicated. You can take it like that, or you can take it in such a way that you're giving it up entirely, you're abstaining completely. But it's really up to you, and it's in your own mind that you make that commitment, and you can choose of these 5, whether you're going to take all 5, whether you're going to take 1, whether you're going to take 2, whether you're going to take 3, whether you're going to take 4. So you can hold in your mind inwardly which of those precepts it is that you're taking on.
당연한 데마 ceremonies 지요래 테니다 조단단디 티샤요래 테니다 잠보동바 휴사대양다 나 찹로지 리티마토베게 산지 김된데들 잠보동바 휴요 삼고 그레스 대가 나기 산지 좀된데 젠탄 산지 좀된데 초바푸 티지라 되네 나 잠보동바 랭겨레스.
So there's there's the ritual of taking the vows of refuge that involves repeating certain words, and we go through it. And when you take the vows, you can think, so you're taking them from the preceptor, Drupon Rinpoche, who's the preceptor, but you can think he's like filling in for the Buddha. So the person that you're really taking the vows from is the Buddha. And then the ceremony begins with the blessing of the place, the blessing of the ground, specifically the land. And then inviting the Buddha, mentally like inviting the Buddha to come here. And then sort of mentally inviting the Buddha to take a seat, to be seated. And then making offerings, mentally making offerings. And then following that, then there's the actual vows, the vows or the commitments of refuge.
Okay. So first, tamjidunesa yedasing mala zomi badang la de danyame no yera yenyam bonne yorje tamo bodangje la pomo mende sambo toju le chongwe sanje jen denbane malu simjen gungje wonjorje de bonje meze nyumze ngona maluji yinjenjer be jumden gorje ne der yeso so dongsom gundanyam ba ye be mandam ye gezar Deking yang bembula na jumden gorje jide wane hyose so.
So what he just read was, with regard to taking the refuge vow with the intent to make invitation to the objects of refuge at the beginning, first is the consecration of the ground. May the ground become everywhere pure, devoid of scorching and so forth, remaining even like the level palm of a hand and smooth like lapis lazuli. Then, imagining that you're lighting incense and holding it between your joined palms, you can mentally recite the invitation of the Buddhas that originates from the account of the realization of the girl Mende Zangmo, who lived in former times. Protector of all sentient ones with...
Chobapu Tinichi Godos that ya then Huala Tati Gala Tatan, Lamboches of Tadichi Godos, Yerboti Huyores. Tin the Yerboti Huey Galada, Yerbo Pomo. Tene Menda Samo Moranke, Ota, Yerorum Charantini, Chigog Mares, Sanjete, Cocarse, Muhio, Roa, Tendiji, Tamjin Chamber. Chadi or Tinitanga to pitch a Sorbatamna. Tene Sanji Payung Grace, Labicalatine, Yerbuko, Tati, Nek Yabongo to Windows, a Choranka Sorba Candis, Dabi, Candi Chiggins, Labicalatine, Tamora Mendes on Mokitanda Titine, Labik Bojixin, Chajaja, Tene Malusum Yankun, the Bonji Messenger, Mona Maluchin, Jumian in the year so, Jim Dandy. Zuntruk tone it, Jum Dandy at Antique it, Dajumba court ye but in it, Peviorwa, or that a night another way at that in a person on some days.
So during this Mende Zangmo is referring to a girl who lived during the time of the Buddha, and she was a princess, her father was a king, and her father, the king, wanted to invite the Buddha to the palace. And so... What?
Buddha,
the Buddha and his retinue. And so the king was making all of these elaborate preparations to actually go and invite the Buddha and bring him back to the palace, outfitting all of the elephants and horses and whatnot. And so he, was making these preparations, and his daughter, Mende Zangmo, said, this is unnecessary because the Buddha is clairvoyant, and so all you have to do to invite him is supplicate. You don't have to make all of these other arrangements. So you supplicate him, and the Buddha with his retinue will come. And so she led, and so her father was very pleased and said, okay, wonderful, let's do this. And she lit incense and she held it between her folded palms, and they, and led them in this prayer of supplication to invite the Buddha to the palace. And then in doing so, the Buddha and his retinue arrived. And so these words these words are the actual words of Minde Zangmo. Protector of all sentient ones without exception, deity who conquers the vicious hosts of Mara with their legions, Bhagavan who knows without exception all things as they are, please come to this place with your retinue. And then visualizing that the Buddhas and their retinues actually manifest here, you can mentally offer them seats. When I offer to the vast field of bliss 100-petaled lotuses with pollen beds equal in number to all the billionfold worlds, please be seated comfortably. So then following that, so you've invited the Buddha is seated, and then you mentally make offerings. So that we can recite together it's in the prayer book on page Jepati, don't go to the back.
Short one. So end of the
Mandala.
page 15, prayer book 1-5.
Oh, page, So the last, last two sentences,
Okay.
right? I supplicate with my palms joined together. Or no, that's not it. That's not right. Sorry, Gapar. Okay, the last sentence. I dedicate whatever slight virtue is accumulated through prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, requesting, and supplicating to enlightenment.
Okay.
So then, when it comes to actually taking the vows, then those are repeated. So you can repeat in Tibetan and in English. So when taking the vows of refuge, so you can fold your hands in prayer, and then we'll repeat once in Tibetan and then two times in English.
Lopon,
Lopon, Gongsuzo,
Da Ming,
and you can say your name.
Shejewe,
Shijewe,
Tundene,
Dudene,
Sonde,
Zongde,
Chise,
Jise,
Changcho,
Changcho,
Ningbola,
Ningbola,
Cheje,
Cheje,
Parto,
Bardo,
Kani,
Kangni,
Namjincho,
Namgecho,
Sanjela,
Sanjela,
Japsunchewo,
Hyapsuchiwo,
Chakpadang,
Chapadang,
Chewa,
Dewa,
Namjincho,
Namgecho,
Chula,
Chula,
Japsunchewo,
Hyapsuchiwo,
Cho,
So,
Namjincho,
Namgecho,
Gendula,
Gendunla,
Japsunchewo,
Hyapsuchiwo,
Da,
Da,
Chisi,
Jise,
Changcho,
Jangcho,
Ningbola,
Ningbola,
Cheje,
Cheje,
Parto,
Bardo,
Japsum,
Kyapsum,
Zimbe,
Zembe,
Genyento,
Genyendu,
Loponje,
Lobonge,
Sondozor.
Zongdoso. Master, please grant me your attention. From this time on, and until the essence of enlightenment manifests, I who am called, and you can say your name, go for refuge in the Buddha, who is supreme among two-legged beings. I go for refuge in the dharma, which is supreme, among those free of attachment. I go for refuge in the sangha, which is supreme, among assemblies, until the essence of enlightenment manifests. Master, please accept me as a lay adherent to the three refuges who observes a few precepts. Tingmani?
No, yeah.
Oh. We just did it once, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Master, please grant me your attention from this time on and until the essence of enlightenment manifests. I who am called, say your name, go for refuge in the Buddha, who is supreme among two-legged beings. I go for refuge in the Dharma, which is supreme among those free of attachment. I go for refuge in the Sangha, which is supreme among assemblies, until the essence of enlightenment manifests. Master, please accept me as a lay adherent to the three refuges who observes a few precepts.
당에 kin들이 탑이노 슬랍그라와 다 디가라고 생본들이 지기로와 다 디고라 디싱의 포스 지기로와 디가를 지랑서 다 가스 가르 숨기나 단기 콘 휴바나 이로와 영처럼제 라본데 5% kind of singing about same grace.
So then now he will say, he's going to snap his fingers, but before he does that, he's going to say tabyano, which means this is the method. And then he's going to pause for a moment. Dine mo like so la go grebe. Yeah. He's going to pause for a moment, or before he snaps his fingers. Sorry. Before he snaps his fingers, dine tabyano dangpo la gimbe.
말다테 말이라 좀 코멘도다.
Oh, got it.
that he ngolang post chigro during that time.
Yeah.
De la tene that the 5% yang choji law la the jig sungin ta some korgo gro.
Yeah, didn't DJ la tabiano la gimbe.
Really?
Okay. So before he says anything or snaps his fingers, he's going to pause for a moment. And then in your mind, you're going to think of which of these 5 precepts it is that you're going to be taking. So refraining from killing, refraining from stealing, refraining from sexual misconduct, refraining from lying, and refraining from taking intoxicants. So of those 5, whichever of those 5 that you're like deciding to take, you hold in your mind in that moment, and then he's gonna say,
Yeah.
and then you will respond saying lexo. So now you can hold in your mind which of those you're going to take.
Taino.
Lexo.
Okay. Dele yata huji pugri suina ta.
So whoever it is that's taking refuge, if there's anyone else, you're welcome to come up, and Drupon Rinpoche will take a little lock of hair from your crown.
Okay, look at cut hair,
So you say trola. Trola.
Congratulations, I give that name. So Koncho Pema Droma.
So your name is Koncho Pema Droma. It's a beautiful name.
So he can write down.
Yeah.
Huh?
What is the date today? 6. Okay. So be a little bit careful. It might be a little wet. Yeah. You're welcome.
So your name is Koncho
Congratulations.
Taptenyima. So he can write down. Koncho Taptenyima.
Koncho.
Om Nebe Meho Medeware Om Nebe Meho Medeware Om Nebe Meho Medeware Om Nebe Meho Medeware
Congratulations.
Om Nebe Meho Medeware Om Nebe Meho Amedeware, Om Nebe Meho, Amedeware, Om Nebe Meho, Om Amedeware, Om Nebe Meho, Amedeware,
Om Nebe Meho.
Amedeware, Om Nebe Meho, Om Amedeware, Om Meho. Amedeware, Om Nebe Meho, Amedeware, Om Meho, Amedeware. So now we can maybe a little bit easier to separate it, okay? Easy maybe. Om Nebe Meho, 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 Om Nebe Meho. Om Nebe Meho, 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 Om Nebe Meho. Om Nebe Meho, 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 Om Nebe Meho. Omane beme, omane beme, omane beme, omane beme, omane beme. Omane beme, ome de ware, 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 ome de ware.
Oh, the name
No,
is
6B.
6B. By the radiating of light from the enlightened bodies, speech, and mind of both myself and the being of primordial awareness, may the suffering of the sentient beings of the 6 realms be purified, and may they press on the Buddha field.
Om Ahon Dharma Gaya Amitabha Tathagata Arhate Samya Sambuddhaya Diyata Sarva Papam Shingden Guru Soha Om Ahon Dharma Gaya Amitabha Tathagata Arhate Samya Sambuddhaya Diyata Sarva Papam Shingden Guru Soha Om Ahon Dharma Gaya Amitabha Tathagata Arhate Samya Sambuddhaya Diyata Sarva Papam Shingden Guru Soha Om Ahon Dharma Gaya Amitabha Arhate Samya Sambuddhaya Diyata Sarva Papam Shingden Guru Soha Om Ahon Dharma Gaya Amitabha Tathagata Arhate Samya Sambuddhaya Diyata Sarva Papam Shingden Guru Soha Om Ahon Dharma Gaya Amitabha Tathagata Arhate Samya Sambuddhaya Diyata Sarva Papam Shingden Guru Soha Om Ahon Dharma Gaya Amitabha Tathagata Arhate Samya Sambuddhaya Diyata Sarva Papam Shingden Guru Soha Om Ahon Dharma Gaya Amitabha Tathagata Arhate Samya Sambuddhaya Diyata Sarva Papam Xing Den Guru So Om Ahung Dharma Gaya Amitabha Dada Angadaya Arhade Samya Sambadaya Diyata Sarva Babam Xing Den Guru So Ahung Dharma Gaya Amitabha Gadaya Ade Samya Sambadaya Diyata Sarva Babam Xing Den Guru So Om Dharma Gaya Amitabha Data Gadaya Arhade Samya Sambadaya Diyata Sarva Babam Xing Den Guru So Om Dharma Gaya Amitabha Data Gadaya Arhade Samya Sambadaya Diyata Sarva Babam Xing Den Guru So Dabaya Dada Gadaya Arhade Samya Sambadaya Yada Om Sarva Babam Xing Den Guru So Om Ahung Dharma Gaya Amitabha Dada Gadaya Arhade Samya Sambadaya Diyata Sarva Babam Xing Den Guru So Om Ahung Dharma Gaya Amitabha Dada Gadaya Arhade Samya Sambadaya Diyata Sarva Babam Xing Den Guru So
Om Ahung, the deity, mantra, page 7b. The deity, mantra, and primordial wakefulness that are appearance and sound dissolve into me, and my own body ultimately dissolves into the seed syllable Hri, which is itself the all-encompassing perfection of primordial reality beyond all conception. See this to be the genuine, limitless, and vast, even mindfulness beyond all embellishment.
Okay. Om Ahung Nanda La Na Ye Ye Ran La Den Tara Ne Ran Le Do So Je La Den Te Ya Ming Me A Di Zo Wa Jin Ta Zhe Nyang Yang Zhu De Dong La Da. So 5 minutes meditation.
Page 8a. By this virtue, having swiftly realized Amitabha, may I establish all living beings in the self-same state.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so maybe the Kong gears up at the China.
Wait a
So,
minute. Te lo do cha chang de bo do.
yini on the NGK. Oh, Kakaribe. Okay. Emaho, so page 9b. Wonderful. In the pure realm, the Western Buddha field of bliss endowed, the ruler is the transcendent Lord, Buddha Amitabha. His retinue is Avalokiteshvara, Vajrapani, Manjushri, Maitreya, Siddhigarba, Sarva, Nirvana, Vishkambhim, Akashagarbha, and Samantabhadra, protector Padma Sambhava, Tara, and the goddesses of long life, around whom are myriads of pious listener monks, may I really come to see the face of the Buddha and his offspring. The ground of that place of power is made of lapis lazuli, dazzling and flashing in checkered designs and rainbow-colored patterns. There are wish-granting trees, fountains and lakes of nectar, flowers and vast fruit orchards, flocks of emanated birds sing pleasant songs, ribbons and banners flutter in the breeze, sweet-smelling scents and fragrant aromas pleasing to the nose, and the sound of cymbals and horns crashing and resounding. As soon as I quit this life, may I be born in that perfect Buddha field, and in that land, upon an 8-petaled lotus tree of never again returning to cyclic existence, may I be instantaneously born in that place, having seen the face of the Lord Buddha Amitabha, counted among the arhats who have obtained the 8th bodhisattva stage. Immediately I am born in that land. May I swiftly accomplish all perfect activities. As soon as they quit this life, may all with whom my relations are positive or negative, my indispensable parents and all my kinsmen, friends, and acquaintances, those beneath me, my horses, cattle, yaks, and dogs, and all living beings throughout the realms of space, the sentient beings of the 4 kinds of karmic birth, come to see the Lord Buddha Amitabha face to face in that pure realm. If the glorious protector of living beings will not look upon these beings who have no guardian, there will never come a time when this ocean of suffering is empty. So please turn your attention to them, protector of beings. Once the ocean of cyclic existence of the 3 realms has been emptied, may all beings be reborn in the realm of bliss endowed, and having become identical in mind with the glorious Amitabha, and completely drying up the great ocean of the 3 realms, may they uproot the tree of cyclic existence, stir up the foulness of samsara from the depths, and destroy the mountain of pride. May they smash the sharp weapon of envy and jealousy, and dispel the dark gloom of ignorance and delusion. Having completely extinguished the conflagration of hatred and anger, may they dry up the water of desire. When they have torn out the 5 poisons and 3 poisons by the roots, may the 3 and 5 dimensions of enlightened beings spontaneously appear, and as soon as I die, may I become inseparable from the glorious Amitabha in the bliss-endowed realm. May the sincere words of my prayer of aspiration be accomplished by the truth of the 3 jewels of refuge. Teyata Pansadriya Awa Bodhanaya Soba.
So back to page 9, B9, 9B.
9B.
Mo ne dagwa no jo de chen shen je san je jun den wo ba mi en corazon ji dan de chen do be nyam be yang dan cha be nye de se dan no nye gun de san ya ben jung do ma ze ye la Koranya Dongye Long Che Go Sanje Dan Si Je Shen Dong Sho Ben Do To Me Man Dan Jia Shi Chu Se Chu Zhong Shen Dan De Ce Chu Me Zo Me Dao Dan Di Bu Na Ze Jian Be je cha zo gen yan zhong pen do dang wa dan la se la zhe yan dang bu ni jie le le rong mo tang tong zha wo zhe zhe pu song zhen zuo bei xian kang si jian bu ma ta de jie wa xiu Xing te re chen me do ba yi qi jie dang da ji ye er ge den ne te re jing de jie wa xiu jie sang jie wo ba xian tong ni sa jie ba to bi zha chung ti xing te re jie wa ta de ne Go ba nyon zhou xiu da san nian jie zhe wa kang yu tang gu pa ma tang nian de nian zhe so wo ta tang ki ki chu no qi ka jie wei jian zhou wa tang jie jiang li jie wa neng yi sen jian ge Yen te re jie sang jie nang de yen tong shuo jiang gong min zhou wan de da la bian zhou bian gong bo ma zai nang dong ra jian zhou de do te mi le te la gong xin zhou bian gong Kam sum jian ku bian zhou dong na xin de wa jian de jie wa ra xiu bian nang te do dang nyam jia ne Ni sum jian zuo jian ra gang ni zi ba ye zhong xin ji ne jiu ma da gen ku wa tong ne zhou Nga jia re jie re wu ke wa ra xiu chang da jian cong nong jiang ba tang de mu ke meng ba si wa ra xiu xie dang ke me pong ra xie nian da jia ge jiu gen wa ra xiu dong a dang du song zi jian ne Gong a dang gu song rang jia ra xiu jian bu ma ta de de qian xin bi wu pa mi dang ye mi xiu Da mo la da bi dian cai na jia gong qiu song ji dian ba lu ba xiu Ti ya da bian zhen da ya a wa bo da na ye su Just maybe English.
Okay. maybe Eric's version, right?
Yeah, Emma.
Okay, so we'll do the concise prayer to be born in Dewa Chen that Eric translated, which is like a couple pages after what we just recited, the concise prayer to be born in Dewa Chen in English. What's that? No, this one doesn't have. It's the one that Eric did that we did yesterday. It's the same thing, but it's a different. It doesn't have. It's a couple more pages. Concise prayer to be born in Dewa Chen. Yamaho, wondrous Buddha, Amitabha, boundless light, great compassion, Chenrez extends on the right. Powerful Vajrapani stands on the left. Buddhas, bodhisattvas surround infinite. With infinite wonder, joy, and happiness, may we be born in the realm called Dewa Chen. As soon as all of us from this life migrate, may we not be born in any other place. After birth, may we see Amitabha's face. Through these words of aspiration, prayers we make. Buddhas, bodhisattvas of all directions, bless us to achieve this with no obstruction. Teyata pansadriya awa bodhanaya soha.
Okay, good. Thank you. So we tea break. Come back 4 o'clock. Okay, so now we
So,
to page 2.
page 2.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should be, yeah. So I think that is page 2, but it's later in the text. Yeah, thank you. Right after the prayer we just did.
Okay.
Did you get that? So, Namo?
Yeah.
Okay. Namo, by the truth of the triple gem and the ocean of mandalas of the lotus family of supreme speech, I summon all you malicious spirits of antagonism and obstruction into this torma of red flesh and blood. In the form of the flesh and blood of spirits, hostile to and obstructing the essence, it arises as anything and everything as the creative display of sensory pleasure.
Ha Om Ah Hum Ho Om Ah Hum Ho Om Ah Hum Ho.
From the heart center of myself, visualized as the deity of meditation, hook-like rays of light stream forth, inviting Maranatha and the protectors of the Buddha fields in union with their consorts, along with all their retinue.
Good morning.
Hong Kri, in the western realm of great bliss, the Buddha field layers of lotuses, you mighty protectors of the victorious Lord Amitabha, illustrious, glorious Haruka Mahamaya, Mahakala, Maranatha, Singamukha, Supreme Mother Consort, and your 8 orders of Dakinis performing the activities, along with an emanated Mara army with a host of generals, each commanding 1,000 troops, do not violate the ripening of your previous vows and undertakings. Now, in this instant, come to this place of power. Happily remain inseparable from us and do as you once swore you would. Do not transgress your vows, but protect the supreme practitioner, yogins and yoginis. The assembly of offering water, water for cooling the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, sublime perfumes, food, and sweet-sounding music, the inner offerings, the drinking water of blood, poisoned water, flowers that are the sense faculties, incense of burnt offerings, lamps filled with molten fat, perfume that is excrement, a heart for food, and a skull cup drum. The secret offerings of bliss, emptiness, and...
Okay, so 1 second. So, text your way, the screen your way.
Gandhi text.
Screen here your way text.
Oh, he was wondering what's happening with the screen share. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, sorry, it wasn't clear. The heart essence activity of enlightened, the heart essence of enlightened activity, that's it, yeah. And we're now on page 4. The secret offerings of bliss and emptiness as the creative display of the 4 joys, and the essential offering, the all-encompassing perfection of the Dharmakaya, all these offerings, outer, inner, secret, and ultimate, myriad offerings radiating out to fill all of space, I offer to Maranatha, his consort and retinue, this medicinal nectar compounded of 8 main and 1,000 ingredients, rakta of the 2 types of cause and 3 species of condition, and this torma of the flesh and blood of the antagonistic and obstructive spirits of individuality, endued with the visual nectar of a primordial wakefulness, I offer to Gayadhara and this retinue. Please take and enjoy it and befriend us, the practitioners seeking the celestial realms.
Okay, so back to page 2, to last line. So you
To-
English?
To the victorious Lord, great and glorious blood-drinking Heruka, Singamukha, obedient emanation, deity of enlightened activity, you hordes of Mara demons, spirits of deceit and executioners, supreme guardians of the teachings, and glorious Lord Anda Kumara, I offer praise to you, the Vajrayogini, emanation goddess of enlightened activity, Dakini of perfect insight into bliss, emptiness, Singamukha, who established the fulfillment of hoped for realization and watch over the peak experience of immersion and authentic being. I offer praise, protect all yogin practitioners of pure commitment. I offer praise to you who maintain the honor of enlightened activity, you servants and messengers, and you ferocious and skillful armed hosts of the 8 orders of protectors of the Buddha's teachings, along with your retinue of an army of Mara demons, realize the fourfold enlightened activity. You glorious protector lords, Lokapalas, in union with your consorts and surrounded by your retinues, please take and enjoy this torma adorned with substances of tantric commitments. Protect the teachings of the Buddhas, increase the activities of its lineage holders, swell the numbers of the Sangha, so strive to keep the 10 aspects of the 3 species of vows, and for myself and all sentient beings of the 6 realms, pacify all immediate and ultimate obstacles, and kindling the ever-increasing blaze of the practitioner's life force, merit, and meditative experience. May our wealth, in accord with the Dharma, increase like a summer lake. May the appearances of mind and energy be gathered into the space of utter purity, and immediately cutting off this yogin practitioner's obstacles to realization and disturbances along the path to liberation, may you lead me to the realm of great bliss. Perform all enlightened activities assigned to you by your child, the practitioner.
Cool. 정말에.
Page 5, back to page 5.
Well, keep going.
Oh, keep going?
Yeah, page
Okay.
6. Page 6, 7.
Page 7? Okay.
Yeah, until page 9. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, until the page.
So
yeah,
page
10.
7.
Yeah.
Lion-faced protector, in union with your consort and surrounded by your retinues, perfectly fulfilling our utterly pure deepest wishes, concealing nothing, we have acknowledged and confessed all our wrongdoings, but the worldly slander that harms us and our retinue has turned hostile. These armed hosts of gods and demons have become antagonistic to us, and our enemies are starting to put put their evil designs into action. Their fierce curses, magical purba rites, mantra rituals of incitement, their harmful magical weapons, spirits of imprecation, and the totality of the malign tormas they cast, turn them back. Is demonic possession by earth lords and malicious nagas, and the thieving of the Tirong and the elemental spirits, turn them away. The wheel of Yama, false reports of Mara demons, and obstacles caused by evil extremists, reverse them. The madness dispatched by king spirits and Senmo, and all harm stemming from the Rishi Rahula, the Nagas and demonic Don spirits, avert these. The evil Jo Tormas of Shangshung, putrid ox Tormas, and all Tormas and magical weapons hurled by Bombos, turn them back. The magical mantra weapons of Buddhist monks, cursed magical arrows of ordinary persons, and all magical weapons of scolding abuse dispatched by women, turn them back. The 4 demonic Mara executioners, spirits inhabiting corpses, elementals, and blood tormas cast by Maitrikas, ward them off. Evil protagonizations, bad dreams, ominous signs, and the 81 evil and inauspicious omens, reverse them. All the 404 species of disease and 21,000 hosts of demonic clans, chase them off. The 1,080 spirits of obstruction without exception, and the 360 great demons causing sudden mishap, turn them back. Unlucky periods of years, months, and days brought about by the 15 great demons, and all unfavorable conditions brought on by spirits of antagonism and obstruction from above, turn them aside. The 8 great fears of untimely death, the evil omens and hostile seeming apparitions from above, drive them off. Mighty lion-faced protectors in union, armed hosts of the 8 orders of the fierce deities in union, with your devastating enlightened activities of utter wrath, slay them, bind them down. Bind the hosts of obstructive and hostile spirits to vows and oaths of submission. You might protectors, do not be lazy, indifferent, or neglectful, so that I may swiftly manifest the indications and signs. Now, this very instant, perform all enlightened activities I, the Yogin practitioner, have designed you.
Okay, so page 5, back to page 5. Ho Huan Jiu Jiu Den Bar Jie Chang Dong Ye Zhe Ga An Che Le Zhu Ba Ga Du Sen Ge Dong Dian Bei Ni Ren Jiu Du Pon Long Zhen Xie Ban Gong Gong Ga Xiu Nor Da Du Du Ne Jie Ne Jiu Tian Le Nang Ba Zhu De Dong Xie Ran Zai Gi Sen Ge Dong De Bie Zhe Gong Ne Jiu Zhu Jie Nu Ba Ran De Ne Jiu Zhong Lai Da Du Du Te Le Jie Zhong Lin Ken Po Nya Dang San Jie Ten Song Chai Xu Zan Den Bi De Jie Ma Cuo Do Ma Zhu Bian Gu Nam Ye Chen Le Zhou La Da Du Du Hong War Gong Xing Chong Ya Yong Gu Jie Jie Tam Zi Jian Bie Dou Man De Ye La san je ten song ten zin zin ji ji gen de ten per don song ju ju ru zong da dan du du sem chen tam ji ji ne kan tar do par ji kun ye ne nên cho thế số nhang thọ chế bar sinh chôn đường cho và yan thọ tar kiến tu long san nam và ca ta yên sư du nên cho chan cho do bia par chi thang thar bia lam ji ji tsar chu la de jian xin de chu jie lam na ti de bie wu ye jie jiao zhen lan zu gong bo xin do yang yong ko ji nam nam da tu ji re wa yong gan xin Nhi pi so na me cha ya ba le na cha kur ji no ba ye se bie tham ka tham chi cha la ju lan de ma zo ma le cha la chung pa ro sam jo nyen bi le zang ba che ka por ka bo dong cha bo tang ce zo be de yong zo pen ba do sa da le nian qi de jiu ba tang ti rang jung bu se gu qi ba do yin jian ko lo du jie chang de tang me te nian ba hua re qi qi ba do jar se nam jie nyong bo dong wa tang chang song sa ta lu dong lo ba do yang yong zor sun bi lang zor tang hong bo nam jie dor zor pen ba do wen de ngao zor jie wu da zor tang hui me nam jie mo zor pen ba do de jie ro lan jung bo dang ma mo nam jie cha zor pen ba do mo ti nian da me lan ce ma nian ma rong jie zhi za qian do xie jia zai xin ni na ma le ba dong re ni zhi qi tong co nan do dong zai jie qi ge na ma le ba yan zhuo qian bo song jia chu qian do dong qian zheng ai long dai xia de ga me de cho na da ge ten do te men ji wen ji ba ji na tang de nian chuan chu da wu ten do gong bo xin dong yang yang de zai jian me de su de ji ma zo nam chen le ta bo xin de me se pe su chen tu shi ta dang ge ge zo ni to nier to ju zhong zong ma jian le lo nang nyom ye wei. Maybe somebody help me.
Da dan sima nyur du ton zula. Ne jor da gi jor we nam. Da da ni du dor we du so.
Okay, so now we
Poa? So now this Rube, the swift accomplishment of the rainbow body within 1 week, the indispensable practice of consciousness transference associated with the means of attainment of Amitabha, entitled the Ruby Garland. So then on page 2. You got it, Tenzin? The rainbow body, yeah. Namo Amitabhaya. I make prostration before the spiritual master and supreme deity of meditation. Please listen, quintessence of the Buddhas of the 3 times, masters of the dance of creative display of the Dharmakaya, captains who lead all beings of the 6 realms, root and lineage teachers of the secret instructions of the profound path of transference. Please care for me. Please me your blessings so that I may become accomplished in the celestial state of the rainbow body, connected with swift path of transference, and thus rapidly attaining Buddhahood.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Namo Amitabhaya Lama Dala Be Lala Chanzelu Chevo Duzum Sanje Je Dani Chukari Je Karwan Ando Don Je Tepon Sonam Pawa Ye Damba Naja Lama Nan Cheno Nyonam Pawa Ye Samjur Anjalu Kajo Je Gondo Nyoto Sanje Je Gomban Atomzi Chenje Ran Lo Shin. So one more time. Jewo Tu Som Sanje Je Dani Chuko Rizar Je Karwan Ando Dun Denze Je Tepon Samlam Pawa Ye Damba Tajia Lama Nan Cheno Nyolam Pawa Yen Samjur Anjalu Kajo Je Gondo Nyoda Sanje Je Gomban Tomze Chinje Ran Lo She.
All phenomena or Om Swabhava. Om Swabhava.
Om So Bhava Hyada Sarva Dharma So Bhava Hyada.
All phenomena of the world of appearance and possibilities, samsara and nirvana both transform into the vast emptiness of radiant luminosity. Instantaneously from the state of emptiness, on 1,000-petaled lotus of freedom from the faults of samsara, on the throne of a moon arisen from the syllable ah, this body of mine instantly becomes Avalokiteshvara, the noble Lord of great compassion, his face smiling affectionately and his two eyes gazing with love upon all living beings. His hair is piled up in a chingnon on the top of his head and rests streaming down his back, and he is adorned with many jeweled ornaments and wearing robes, an upper garment and skirt of divine materials. His first pair of hands are before his heart with palms joined together, while the lower hand holds a crystal rosary, and that on the left a lotus. Youthful, smiling, peacefully, he is seated with his legs crossed in Vajra posture, a mere appearance with no intrinsic nature, yet clear as the dancing reflection of the moon and water. Inside him, up the center of his body, is the Avaduti channel, blue on the outside and red within, endowed with the four qualities, an arrow shaft in length, thrusting up through the whole of the aperture of Brahma above, and penetrating down to below the navel, clearly visualized as like a cave. On the anthers, poured by the lotus in the heart center, the essence of my awareness appears as a red bindu about the size of a lentil, very light and about to fly off. On the throne of lotus and moon disk at the upper end of the central channel, on the crown of the head, is the quintessential embodiment of the root teacher, the Buddha Amitabha, endowed with all the accoutrements and illumination body. He is holding a lapis lazuli begging bowl filled with nectar of the primordial awareness of deathlessness on his two hands, which are in the posture of meditative contemplation, and is seated with his four legs in the crowded posture, blazing with majestic brilliance and radiant light. Make prayers to him and to the teachers of the profound lineage surrounding him, and invoke them with the sound hik. Visualizing the bindu as tapping against the Buddha's throne, recite the following words with intense faith and devotion. Keep going? No. Shuguk. Oh, okay.
다 지당 디 포와 다 냠len 지당 다 망보 너원도 레스 지랑서 다나 냠망아서 포반 작성도 인바이나 다 고지 공탕도티 지과레스 다 단단도 이나 되는 것서 지내서 공부도 지내서 공부도 되네 다 지당어서 포와 공배 깔라 되네 랑게 지당어서 이담 클라이나 가서 샤당 타는데 마인바 고 나랑 이메바 텐리 공부요래 양 고직 베달루 탄다 똥바 텐리 공난데기요레스.
So there are many different versions of POA practice or transference of consciousness, and this is, the one that most of you are familiar with is the Jatsukma POA, the POA with the wild stalk of grass POA, and this is similar, very similar, but we're visualizing ourselves instead of as Vajrayogini, we're visualizing ourselves as Chenrezig here. So it's the important thing is that we're not thinking of ourselves as a body of flesh and blood, but instead we're the radiant, clear, vivid form of the deity, empty in essence, and inside the central channel and the visualization that we do when we're practicing POA is of the same nature, like clearly appearing but empty of intrinsic nature.
다 티인데 다 루동바 티나래 다 가서 자 엄마 손에 다자 엄마 라고래 아와도디 라고래 텔라 칸디지 요레스 라비나드네 제탕데 친고라 나마르와 슬람도와 친고라 나마르와 텔라 테네
Chi ngumbo. Nang, or chi marwa, yeah, nang marwa.
친고라 나마르와 다데 칸디지 다티인디 테네 디 짜텔라 배 장보 손에다 나뇽 등보 잡지 다 제탕가 수 링핑거 텐디 사이즈 요레스 리키라 오메나 티 음에 캐나라 테네 데베 워라 로 소히에 잠나 테네 고카솜 데와로 테네지 체 테네 디야 장보 치네 테네 다 지워라 테네 카체 데와 어다 테네지 공그레스.
So the main thing to focus on when we're practicing POA is in the center of our hollow body is the central channel, or what we call, say, avaduti in Sanskrit. So this is, running down the central meridian of our body. It's blue on the outside, red on the inside. It's completely straight, like an arrow. Its diameter is like, the sort of the diameter, right? That's what it's called, right? Or circumference is that like the size of the ring finger. And it runs from the point that is 4 finger widths below the navel, where it's blocked off, so it's closed at that bottom point, and then it runs up to all the way to the aperture of Brahma, or the opening at the crown, and there it's open, so it's closed off at the bottom and completely straight, and then opening at the crown.
다디 자오마데 가서 천이 해당된 바 로도 천이 해당된 바라도 저도 히라면다 다 배창보 다 답답 텐데 요레스 다 베지데로 도스마디 이네다 디나네 케치효 티커스는 인간들라라티네 공가서 리로 책지 하고 디 강트라라 티네 빼만다마 히바지 요레스 다 빼만 담아 희와 텔라 되니 희위 그 강한테라라 땅가서 넘버 희비 ngô 되니 the size 세마점 텔레 양지 빼 양보인바 nom보인바 오다 되니제 공그레스.
So then at the heart level, it's like you're thinking of the central channel like this, and then there's like a kind of like a joint at the heart level, like a shelf there, and kind of like a joint in a reed or a piece of bamboo. And on this shelf or joint is a 4-petaled red lotus. And on top of that, or hovering above this, is the essence of our consciousness in the form of a sphere, like a pea-sized sphere. And so we are clearly holding this visualization in our mind as we meditate.
다 디네 디 첩들라다 단단들라 가서디 포완자소 이나다 참교크츠도 효도 앞에 가서 곱차강 디와나 인다 단단다 dorji청라도 이나 칸다냐 참교되요나레 dorji지로 되고나더니 즉 샵게 되네 즉 상호 단기 오펜다 까대와 되는 게 고유사레스
Dikala yangagyurve. Okay. So in different poas, what we visualize, Amitabha at the crown. In the Jatsukma, we're used to visualizing Amitabha sitting in the posture of Maitreya. So he's like sitting with his legs extended, kind of on as if on a chair, on the throne. And he's blocking the opening at the crown with his right toe. But here he's seated in the Vajra position. But in any case, you can still think that opening at the crown is blocked.
다게탄 다 남주이나 핵두 테네지 자기 요래 핵두인데 테네 핵두인데 핵레레 기테네 다 단기데 니카네야디 핵 스테네 야 단다디다 오파 미케다 샵 지나리 통원에 톡톡 좀 체네 되네 양마 용반도 다 니나라 다 남주나 까로 라고요래 다 니나 까스 믹스 팀도 이네 양조 가서 핵라베 갑라 로 체르 용거로 와핵 랑이 첸도고요래 되네 야 틀레디야 톡톡시네 마 사송 좀 되네 오 나통 없나 되네 되고요래스
Karela?
얘네 오 나통 없어도 inhale.
So then what we do is with the hic, the recitation, the syllable hic, and that syllable has like an upward kind of force of wind, like an exhale. And so as we recite, with each hic, we visualize the sphere that is our consciousness hovering above the lotus at the heart level, inside the central channel, that it's floating up gradually with each recitation of hic. It's going higher and higher and higher up into the central channel until it bounces off the roof of our crown at the aperture of Brahma, that is blocked by Buddha Amitabha. And then when we recite the syllable ka with an inhale, and that sphere. But here it doesn't specifically say ka, actually. So we just inhale. And with the inhale, then we imagine that the sphere of consciousness comes to rest again at the heart level.
Okay, so now we visualize and we can practice one time or two. Hug. 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 다 된가서 고다 땜대한다 오르와 인다 고 포와디양 고단다 특마직 되니치나 되니서 말에 고 포베케다 마통바드 되니 양고 오르와.
So today we're just doing this once together. It's a tendril, if you will, like a sort of symbol of auspicious interdependence. But ordinarily you wouldn't do it just once like this. You would do it again and again and again over a period, quite a period of time, until the signs of accomplishment appear.
Okay, so I think that's it. So do we have some questions?
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you, Virginia. Nuden. So just very quick, what is the difference when we abide in the heart and when we abide, because there's a lot of the practices that have the hum on the lower, like center. Why do we put the membrane? Is it so the consciousness don't go lower? But then if it's so it doesn't go lower, why do we do all these other practices with the hum?
Navel.
What did I di Kojaranga to the Zalong Tilese at Nijanga Yorwa? Take a lot of Mola Sobata in the Mamboji Janayores. Yin and Yanda go Carsena di Telabudangazo. Tajitan number Heba de go Tandangazo Taji Carsegore represent Mowonoji, Sonyatela, Tini Supuji Leore, Labudoaji. Supuji Labudan de la Nikacha de Grua, or that tell you on this.
So, in a different context, right? So like in the subtle body, in the context of the subtle body practices, like channels, winds, and drops, practices of Tumo, that we focus on the, the winds abiding below the navel. But here, what we're doing is different. So the sphere represents our consciousness, and everything is sort of concentrated at the center of the body. And so your consciousness really actually usually dwells at the heart level. And so that's the idea, is when we're sending it up, the starting place is in the center, along the central channel, which is along the central meridian, and then the heart center is like the center. So this is significant. Mm-hmm.
And also this sometimes body kind of radiating, like the radiating the center. So this radiate like kind of it is sun. So this start sun. So then they dawn up. So this the center is the represent of the consciousness.
So, what are the signs of accomplishment? I think I know from the other Poa practices, but
Right.
is it appropriate to?
Yeah,
sort
the
of
sign,
raise
I think they're saying is, so sometimes, make hole here. You can put this
Grass.
grass.
Actually, were we together or was that afterwards? I think it wasn't in Nepal, there were these yogis that like came into this cafe with like stalk grass sticking out of their crown, like really stably, so like long.
Yeah, so that's, I'm not sure this is maybe not cannot going on, but.
They shouldn't have been doing that.
So
But
that's
anyway.
one, and also sometimes, that kind of itching in here, and I don't know, maybe, so. Then they said some headache, not normal headache is here, right? So that's a sign.
Okay.
Those are the signs.
Okay. One other question is.
Yeah, tickling, or
We
sensation.
just another question. We always block the, so there's some sort of risk of maybe prematurely outing, popping out. But is in a lot of practices there is this effort at concentrating on the crown and getting luminosity there, even concentrating above the crown. Is that all pretty safe in the sense of
Yeah.
you can get blisses and you can get luminosity in the crown?
Right. So I guess maybe safe.
I guess, yeah.
But how, focus. But they say in this power and we like breathing exercise, they said not too much. Maybe, this breathing exercise, they were called Terawa. The
So like there are those four activities: inhaling, holding, spreading, and then ejecting like an arrow. And so the ejection, like an arrow, it happens when you're practicing the vase breath, right? So then when you release, the first one, you release out the crown, your breath that you've been holding out of the crown of your head. But it said you're only supposed to do that once. And that also, you know, there are poas like the Longsal poa, you don't block the opening in some versions. Yeah. Drama. Oh, yeah, awesome.
I had a question. Is it okay to ask? The heart essence of enlightened activity. At the beginning, there's discussion or invocation of a positive form, but you get to the second last part, and we're talking about enemies turning hostile and armed hosts of gods and demons that are antagonistic, our enemies starting to put their evil designs into action. This is page 7.
Page 7.
Of the heart essence of enlightened activity. And there's a lot of discussion, very vivid, harmful magical weapons and so forth. That's the bottom of page 7.
Paro samjur ngembe le zamba la sokbarwa cheka purka.
Right, yes. That helps.
It is wonderfully vivid, and it goes on. And the question I have is this? It sounds like a piece of oral tradition from maybe an epic where there's a war between gods, the good gods and the evil demons. Is it partly taken from that kind of imagery, or there are parts of it that I was wondering where was discussing things like putrid ox tormas and so forth.
Where's the putrid ox torma?
Well, the putrid ox tormas.
Oh yeah, I see.
Shang sheng zor sum pai long zor dong, etc. Now, could that be sort of like what you were talking about a week or two ago, when the idea was that we're supposed to be in the very secret, secret doctrine, imagining all these food as disgusting things, good things as bad things, or is it both, or maybe something altogether different? If you
Right. So this Tateyorowa Karsana, I think this is kind of like many things. So mostly a lot of involved mentally.
Mentally
affect
invoked.
the emotions,
So it's like symbolic mostly.
Yeah, the mentally sort of like affect emotions like demon.
So we're giving our afflictions form.
They're like, this harmful demon, or this is so a lot of things, the inner mind, and also I think there is some like kind of the homeless, not homeless, what?
Formless.
Homeless.
Formless, I think you mean.
So
there are these like formless beings, like deities, or demons, harmful influences, things like that.
That page 8 the Shangyong sia. Tanga he this group yores group penangata ji pombo to jabi.
So it says, like you mentioned, the tormas of Shangshung.
But that's the area name.
So that's a name of a place, which is connected with the Bon tradition. So they do, like with these certain types of tormas, like the putrid ox torma, as it's translated here, they perform like rites of black magic. And so the idea is to like cast those spells back on themselves.
But,
so that they can't harm.
and also this, the pombo yores. That pende in a nachondo in a young sondo the kia yore lagdo. I think
So, I'm sorry.
so, for example, we did the losa, right? Losa. We
Losa.
like this.
When the torma with our, that we squished between our fingers, do you
Right.
remember that?
So this is somebody take out, right? Whatever. Actually, this should be this further, cannot see our land or house, but.
And they say, like, when you take those, you have to go to the place, like, far away, and don't look back. That's very important.
That's
Or-
maybe
yeah.
true or not. Tindi kisi ya ki ya kora ja tindi china. Tindi no banda oji ya le umbre la wada.
So they say that, like, if you turn around, or if you're kind of like indirect, or you like come back, if there's, that you can bring that harm back with you, or back to you.
Because we purpose with these ones that okay I nga no ba yona nacha yona ta khari
So we-
yona
remember
dikwa
we
yona
were like,
chama te
you know-
changre lamne tina ta sort of like dikwa ta nacha ta no ba cha ta di ko torma tel ta ko
So the idea, it's kind of like an effigy, but an effigy of like whatever ailment you have in your body, sickness, bad luck, bad energy, suffering, affliction, negativity, all of that, we put it on our body, and with the idea that negativity was absorbed into the dough.
then this the ritual giving to the demons. The demons they like,
The demons like it. It's
but we
food.
don't. So but we just turn around.
But if we turn around,
Then maybe get.
yeah.
Right. That sounds a little like Orpheus and Eurydice. Don't look back, or Lot and Lot's wife, and that's really interesting. You see it all in world literature, but this is interesting. So this is somebody who's maybe going to die, and up until now it's been pretty nice. Good things are happening everywhere, and gods and so forth. But then we get in page 7. An appeal from the dance master Gilog Samten, etc., and others, who declared it was necessary. This was composed, etc., and written down, and you have to include it. So is this, okay, when we're on the maybe moment of death, or let's not forget the negativities that could assail our minds and cause so much terror and anxiety, and nobody wants to die and have POA work if they're full of fear. So this will work really well, so... remember all the negativities like the dough and throw them away, kind of. You don't ignore them, because if you do, they'll come back. I just wonder.
Tati Rita torma tangi sarwa. Rita dentro richo pendamna doa.
So yeah, there, the idea, with the torma, yeah, there are all these different rituals, right?
Yeah, this also this sometimes if you say think this make huge, and the image, everything. Actually, this now is here. We just some more way, but the big thing, and then they make a big fire, and they put inside. So those kind of things.
Thank you.
I personally just really love the all magical weapons of scolding and abuse dispatched by women, turn them back. If I had had that one like years ago, I should have been doing this on like a long time ago. It would have, wow, it's a good one.
Okay, let's.
What's that? A long time ago? What now?
I said if I wish I'd had this sadhana a long time ago, it would have come in handy.
But not too late, okay?
Okay.
Still, we just throw out. Okay.
What's that? Oh,
Javier, do you want to unmute?
Yes, good evening from Spain. I have a question, curiosity. In the sadhana, in the second one, in the pecha, there are parts that say that the eight consciousness are the eight bodhisattvas. I mean that this refers to the eight main bodhisattvas. And I want to know which will be the match between which consciousness and which bodhisattva, and if you can explain a little more about this. Thank you.
Tene de so je de namshi ge so je de nyero tse je re chi yorwa de dupta nanga. Tene de jangchub semba re la de namshi re la gare yore. Tene de dang yang tese jashe gyana.
어다디 장저 선배께다 코랑서 장저 선배기 그 누파데 남게 초지 마도 디 하고면도 이제 믹스에 그 장저 선배 찍을 남기 테리리세야 근데 디 누파도 장저 선배 또더 누피에게 당어서 때문에 장토야지 인기를 상부도 이나티 레 하고면도.
So, like right now, probably there is, like each of the consciousnesses are associated with each of the eight bodhisattvas, but he doesn't know off the top of his head, like which is which. But kind of in general, we can think about like the power of the eight bodhisattvas transforming, the eight collections of consciousness into their pure essence. So they're kind of, that's the connection, right? Of the purity of the bodhisattvas actually being the purity of like the true nature of those collections of consciousness.
이나양 다 단다디 찍고 포워트리로 닝기워로 H bodhisattva H consciousness 로직 닝기워로 티요로 이나양 reality is H bodhisattva 찍게
So, it's also sort of poetic, right? Like the eight collections of consciousness and are the eight bodhisattvas. But in reality, also, there isn't such a distinction. Like one bodhisattva, for instance, represents like maybe the pure essence of these eight collections of consciousness, or the purification of the mind.
Okay. That last thing also the poem Mihimban de Viatrin Saris.
Karela?
The Hugi Dotati Mihimbala that Carton Long Dons are your what in Yamna Savaris. So this end of Likabe section, so this is something using for somebody dead. So we made in art, so we did give the transmissions. So
you got the
complete
translation.
finish. And so now we dedication.
Okay, it's page 24. By the virtues collected in the three times by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate root of virtue, may I and all beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of the great Dakongpa Ratna Shri, who is omniscient, Lord of the Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara. And then to page 19. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Changju Semjo Rinpoche Ma Ke Pana Ke Gyurje Ke Pa Nyampa Me Pa Yang Gong Ne Gong Du Pelvar Sho Chang Jo Sem Jo Rinpoche Ma Ke Pa Nam Ke Gyurje Ke Pa Nyam Pa Me Pa Yang Gong Ne Gong Du Pelvar Sho.
So thank you, everyone. So very good. I'm really happy. So a lot of people physically and online. So that is, I think, really good. So and also, yeah, we the Mundo program. I think a lot of people come, and that is keep continuing. So that is, I think, very important for us, including me, myself. So this really, I think we can say maybe everything authentic, but that is really authentic or important practice. So yeah, thank you. See you next time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Drupon Rinpoche, for giving us these very extensive teachings, and also Virginia for translating as well. I know that you both worked very hard in preparation for this also. Thank you to everyone who is here in person and online. It's obviously, Drupon Rinpoche is the key for making this happen, but also all of the Sangha that participates also makes this happen. So thank you very much. Just a couple brief announcements. Want to remind folks that in, I believe, 2 weeks, or maybe 3, the 25th through the 27th, we are having an Amitabha retreat here that will be led by Drupon Rinpoche. There is the Ladakh pilgrimage is on schedule for June. We are still accepting folks who would like to make that journey. And as Drupon mentioned, the Fivefold Mahamudra program is still ongoing. Folks can join at any time. It can be done remotely via Zoom. So as Drupon mentioned, a really wonderful opportunity to practice the main cycle of teachings that this lineage propagates. Also, I would like to thank all of our monthly donors. I know some of you do give amounts, small, large, on a monthly basis, and that is very much appreciated, so thank you. It helps us to not just pay expenses, but because it's being given on that kind of regular basis, it helps us to be able to budget and project, what we're able to do as a center for the community in person and online, and so it is really important. So thank you to everyone who does make those donations, and if folks who are not monthly sponsors are interested in doing that, please talk to myself or anyone else in leadership, and just go on the website. It's there's a donation mechanism on the website. Down at the bottom. I think lastly, there will be a lot of proposed projects that are going to be happening here in person at Drungor over the next few months. A lot of physical labor just in time for the hot weather. So So it will be a lot of work. There's going to be some fencing on some property additions that we're looking at, a new climate control shed that's really being kind of constructed from scratch, amazingly, by Drupon and Dorje. And I know Drupon would like to have some more planned Saturdays where folks can come and help out with these projects, in addition to just a lot of regular maintenance that we have around here as well. So we'll keep updates in like the WhatsApp and send things out, but that will be happening. So we really, really do appreciate your help, even if you can only come for a couple hours. And with that, is there anything else you think we need to mention?
Preston?
Yes.
Hey, I just wanted also to suggest everybody go to Buddha Visions and make a donation or an offering if you can to Eric Freimiller for his translation of the text that we use for this practice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is nice. And for folks who didn't see or hear, Eric Freimiller, who's a translator who translated multiple texts that are in the packet.
Including in this booklet, the first sadhana, and also the beautiful rendition of the prayer to be reborn in Dewachin in verse, that we can chant in English, the best that I've seen.
Right. So you can make a donation to Eric on that website as well. And he also has a lot of really cool material that he translated on that website as well. So with that, thank you all again. And Drupon, on behalf of the Sangha, thank you so much.
Gracias a ti, mi Soldi. Gracias a ti. Ay, sí, mi Javi Bello. Sí, Estefi, linda. Sí, 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 sí. Sí. Gracias, mi Soldi. No hubiera sido posible esto. Gracias, gracias inmensas. Ya sabes que somos tu rebaño.